Hey guys, welcome back to our weekly live event where we go over personal finance, investing, retirement planning, and everything you need to know to grow as in your personal finances. So this week, what we're going to be talking about is the SBA programs, the emergency fund program, the PPP program, and the other programs that they have available through the state government and federal government. I hope everyone's doing well. I know I wasn't able to show up this Sunday because I know I do it twice a week. I do it every Sunday and Wednesday, but things came up this last Sunday. But I wanted to make sure to show up today and provide you with all the value and how you can help your small businesses, for those who own small businesses and for those who don't, to understand what's going out in the financial world. So you know what's going on, so you're prepared for what the next things are to come. Because I do believe there's a lot of moves that are going to be happening soon where people can jump in, take advantage, and ride a great wave. There's opportunities you're going to make in the next year to two that the results from these moves you're going to make will give you 10 years of, great returns. So again, we're going to give everybody a minute to kind of hop on, and then we're going to go into the Q&A, and then I'll go and explain the different programs that they came out with. So how's everybody doing? Hope you guys don't mind. I'm going to have a beer while we talk tonight. Goose Island IPA. Buy one, get one free at Publix. So how's everybody's week been? What's up, guys? Thanks for all the love. Thanks for all the likes. Hope everyone's staying safe. What's up, Ray? Yeah, it's really Jem. What's up, Jem? It's really important to stay safe, guys. Right now, this, obviously it's a crazy time. I mean, this is a once in like 100-year, 1,000-year thing that's happening right now, right? It's crazy. But with being an investor, as long as you understand the game, Ray says coronavirus has to go. Yes, it has to go. It's in the best interest of everybody that it goes. But right now, what I've learned in my life is I didn't get to pick the cards that was dealt to me. I got dealt a lot of bad cards growing up, and I didn't get to pick the cards dealt to me. What I did get to do is decide how I'm going to react to what's being dealt to me. So right now, we're in a really tough time. It's a really sad, difficult time, and that a lot of people are going to be suffering. What we need to do is be able to be positive and helpful, and at the same time be conscious of what's going on so we can figure out how, in this turbulent time, what moves should we do and make to make sure that our family 08, we were able to make a lot of good moves, that those properties till today are paying us great money. Those investments to today are making me great money. I bought stocks back in 08. It's probably spent about $5,000 on the stock. And even at this low, it's worth $15,000. At one point, it was worth $40,000. But I'm still winning, still making money. So same thing with the real estate deals. I think real estate's going to go down. I think that for people who are prepared to make moves, they're going to be able to do really well for themselves. So again, some of the deals I bought back then, today, making great money in rent, doing really awesome. And, I'm looking forward to get those type of deals as well. So, yeah. Now let's focus at our current situation. A lot of small businesses are suffering. Some of you own small businesses, and obviously this is not a great time because we still have our expenses, yet we don't have the income. So how are we going to overcome it? There's different programs. There's a Florida program where in Florida, if you have a small business, they'll loan you up to $50,000 and in some cases up to $100,000. This loan is no interest for. Now, there's another one that everyone's talking about. It's called the PPP, Payroll Protection Program. The PPP, what it does is it helps business owners cover expenses. It helps business owners cover payroll, utilities, rent, and the interest portion of a mortgage. So if you own your building compared to renting. Now, that's what it helps cover. How much money will they give you? They will give you whatever your annual payroll is, which is W-2 and 1099 contractors. Whatever you pay in a year for that, they will give you 2.5 months worth in a loan. So for example, if your annual payroll is $120,000, that is $10,000 per month. They will give you a loan of $25,000. Later on, they're going to review this loan. And as long as you show them that you spent this money towards payroll, utilities, or rent and interest on a loan, they will forgive this loan. I am giving you the general guidelines of what's been released. The details are still being finalized, but this is the gist of the loan. Now, obviously, that is enough to cover some extreme basics, which is really just payroll. From here, there is the Disaster Relief Fund. The Disaster Relief Fund is administered. Oh, back to the PPP real quick. The PPP, you have to go to a bank to apply for this loan. PPP is a forgivable loan, but a bank and you will apply with a bank. Hey, Celia. What's up, Hiba? What's up, Ali? So, the PPP, you apply with a bank, okay? Now, the emergency fund from the SBA, that one you're going to apply with the SBA. And it is not as fast as the PPP to get the money, so it will take more time. But that one is up to $10 million. The interest rate's below 6. It could be as low as 3.75. And the repayment period for that is like, I believe, up to 30 years. So it's a really good program as well. That one is kind of going to be able to help you out more long term. The PPP and the Florida loan is to help you out short term in the beginning to kind of get by the next few months. In addition to the SBA loan, there is basically a fast start loan by the SBA where you apply and it's a real quick application and it gets you $10,000. $10,000. Even if you're not approved by the SBA loan, the disaster loan, you'll still be able to get the $10,000 loan, and the $10,000 loan is forgivable as well. So now, I just mentioned multiple loans that are forgivable. Means you get the money and you don't have to give it back as long as you spend it on your business, not to pay yourself more money. Now, at the same time, eventually you'll be able to pay yourself anyway. So you're going to use that money towards your business. It's pretty easy to cover. I mean, an average small business, if they're getting $35,000 and they say, hey, so you have to spend this $35,000 on your business over the next 2 months, it's pretty easy to spend it on your business. And so you'll be able to get a forgivable portion to take advantage of it. Heba said, Little Big says, California here. What's up, Cali? Heba says, I never heard of the PPP before. Thank you for sharing this info for us. You are very welcome. Now, regarding the PPP, that one is going to have one of the fastest ways to get money. Okay, out of the $2 trillion that they put out there, right? The government put out $2 trillion for individuals, small businesses, and large businesses to use. That money's going to go pretty quick, right? $2 trillion sounds like a lot. It's going to go very fast. 350 million is to individuals. Another about 350 million is to small businesses under 500 employees. 350 million where one loan can be 10 PPP. That one is the fastest way to money, and the line will be huge to get that money. So what you want to do is, it's going to be huge. I also believe they're going to be giving out more than $2 trillion. I think they're going to be going back for another round of money because people are going to, basically businesses are going to suffer for the next 3 months. And post this period, we're going to have a recession. I just put out a recap of, or I just put out on my story about a video I put out in August of 2019 saying that we're going to have a recession in 2020, 2021 to cause a shakeup in our market. So it's going to cause the market to go down. Now, I'm also calling a recession. So I'm going to say, prepare yourselves now. I've told people last year and this year, if you're planning to sell your home in the next 2 years, it's better that you sell it now and not wait for the 2 years, because in 2 years, housing prices are probably going to be lower than they are today. So if you're planning to sell, sell now, because I think the prices will be going down, especially when all the hedge funds that own real estate is going to be the only asset that they have on their books that's to go down in real estate. So am I still a buyer of real estate? Yes. Am I still working on buying the 8 unit? Yes. Still buy deals if they're great deals. But if it's not a great deal, don't do it. If you don't know your market, don't do it. Spend this time to study, watch my videos, learn, because you're going to be able to take advantage of buying something that's worth 300 for like 240. So if you're right now found a deal, and guys, if you're having issues on IG, the quality is a lot better on YouTube. I'm on YouTube Live right now. Check it out. All of my videos are saved on YouTube Live, and this video is going to be saved on YouTube as well, so you can come back and watch and get some more details. Kendler says, what would you do if you were 20 years old again? What would I do? 1, as I always say, study your market. 2, constantly invest in yourself to educate yourself. The biggest, not the best time. So if you're investing in yourself, you're going to be able to make better moves, better decisions, and win financially. You know what I'm annoyed at? Is that I knew the market was going to go down 2021, yet I have a couple of things that I'm still trying to finish. I sold 2 of my small duplexes because now I'm doing bigger projects. I'm in the process of selling my 3rd duplex because I made sure to basically sell all my smaller stuff. And I have 1 4 unit that I still have to sell. If I was more aggressive and got these things done last year, because I knew 2020 was going to be a rough year, but my problem was I thought it was going to be at the end of the year. And the big ripple effect was going to be 2021. My issue was I tried to basically catch a falling knife. And again, don't get me wrong, I am an expert. I'm pretty good at timing things, but you don't want to catch a falling knife because you can't predict the future. So despite I'm really good at what I do, no one can predict the future. And when you try to do that, you kind of set yourself up for a possible failure. So we got someone that wants to go live. Let's see if this works. Shoe repair. I'll answer your question in a minute. Hello. What question do you have for us? All right. So let's go to Shoe Repair Baldwin's question. So he says, I have a small business. You mentioned SBA loan. If I get the loan, I don't have to pay it back. Now, I'm going to repeat this again because it's very important information. You guys ready? This is really good stuff. If you get the PPP loan from the SBA, you have to apply for that loan through a bank. That loan will give you 2.5 times your monthly payroll. So whatever payroll you have per month, they're going to give you 2.5 times that money. So say it's $10,000 a month, they'll give you $25,000. If you show that you spent that money on payroll, utilities, and rent, or interest on your loan for the building, it is forgivable. That is what the program says. There's also another SBA loan that's like a fast track loan that gives you $10,000. That is part of the disaster relief program. That fast track loan is $10,000, and that's also forgivable. You can still get that money even if you're denied for the catastrophe loan. Okay. So then you can, at that time, while you have the money that comes quickly, you can apply for the disaster relief loan. And that one can be up to $10 million and is around, I believe it's 3.75% interest and can be amortized over 30 years. There's a fourth loan for the state of Florida. It's $50,000 interest free for 12 months. After that, it's 12% interest. The fast loans is the fast track loan for $10,000 from the SBA, which is applied. You apply for it from the SBA online, and the other fast loan is the PPP loan. That is, you have to go to a bank to apply for that, and they don't have all the guidelines finished yet. So what you need to do is go call your banker, put yourself on the line, so you can be in line to get that money, because they're going to be swamped with that. Next point, there's also the free money, you've heard about it, which is the $1,200 per adult, $2,400 per couple, and it's $500 per child. And that's supposed to be, I believe, April 5th is the first check, and there's supposed to be a second check like May 18th. So those are the ways that they're going to be giving out this free money. Make sure that you get this money. And for those who have rent, doesn't mean you can't pay your rent, because I know they said, oh, foreclosures and evictions are frozen for the next 90 days. That doesn't mean that you're not going to get evicted later if you don't pay your rent. So if you have this money coming in, still pay your bills. So let me see, another person requesting to go live. Let's see if this works. Unable to join. Again, guys, YouTube is a lot better, so feel free to jump on here and get your questions answered. Hugo says, hey, Pascal, do 18-year-olds have to pay taxes? I work with my uncle, and he pays me cash. He rarely gives me a check. Would it be better if he paid me check rather than cash in order to build credit? So first part that sticks out to me, the biggest, is how you get paid does not build credit, period. Having credit cards and having a car loan is important to build credit. Now, if you don't have 3 credit cards, get them now. Because over the longer you have the credit card, the stronger your credit history is going to be. Yes, initial credit. So in a year, if you have 3 credit cards that all show you've been paying good for the last 12 months, it's going to help you be able to get a loan easier. That's the first part. I would give you a W-2. Because if he doesn't give you a W-2, then he's not going to be paying any payroll taxes for you, and the government's not going to know about it. So if you want to get a loan from the bank, you're going to have to show you're bringing in money. They're not going to take your word for it. You need to, if you want to get the cheap loans, you have to show you're bringing in money. So what you're going to have to do is take that. If he's not going to give you a W-2, what you need to do is take that money, you put it in your bank, and then you do a Schedule C, which Schedule C means you're a small business, someone paid you cash, and you're declaring you made the money, and you're going to pay taxes as the employer and the employee. Yes, you have to pay taxes. I know it probably stinks because you don't want to pay the taxes, but it's important, because if you don't show the government you're making money on your tax return, when you go and try to get one of those cheap loans from the government, they're not going to give it to you unless you show that you're making money on your taxes. Because one of the things that's about getting a loan, one of the things is ability to repay. So if you don't show you're making money, they cannot determine ability to repay. Next thing they look at is assets. What assets is worth? What are you buying? Is it worth it? Right? They're going to do an appraisal. Then they're going to look at the down payment amount. And then they're going to look at credit worthiness of the borrower. All those things determine on what your rate is going to be, how much you're going to get for your loan. So you're going to be prepared for that. Now, some people, a lot of people want to know about trading stocks now. Let me tell you something. That game is a very risky game. I was very good at it, but it takes a lot of time. And if you slip up, you can easily lose your loss. You can lose a lot of money. So if you're looking to use your down payment money to buy a house, or you're using your cash to buy a house, and you have that money in stocks, what usually happens to people that aren't really good at trading stocks is they lose the money. So they had 30,000. They're like, oh, you know what? I don't want to keep it in savings. I'm not going to earn any money in my savings account. Okay, agreed. Correct. But if you put it in the stock market and you lose 20% of your value, now you only have $24,000. Well, you'd been like, wow, it would have been a lot better for me to have my money in a savings account and not lost $6,000. So unless you're very good at it, I'd be very careful. So hope that answers your question, Hugo. And again, feel free to have some follow-up questions. Ali says, Pascal, what are the smart ways to deal with mortgage companies? They offer 3-month delay on the payment now, but they want us to pay lump sum at the end of the grace period, which basically is nonsense. That is, you're going to have to just see what kind of programs are out there, and keep on asking and poking and prodding. Yeah, it is possible that you would have to repay the money at the 3-month period. If you don't repay the money, they might ask you to do a refinance to push the rest of the money back at a later date. So it is important to kind of get the details of that and to see if that works. SBA, if you have an SBA loan, I think my friend said he just got the $10,000. He applied for the $10,000, and I think he just said he got it. So if you have an SBA loan on your building, that is also deferrable for 6 months. So just make sure you know the details, because like you said, it could just be BS that you have to pay it back in one lump sum, and you're like, man, in 3 months, I'm not going to have money. I don't have money now. In 3 months, I'm not going to have 3 months of rent all at one shot. So, or loan payments at one shot. So definitely weigh out your options. Merrick says, I'm so happy to see you, Pascal. Such a dashing young man. Hey, I saw your TikToks, Merrick. So ready. Self-employed. Awesome. Also, if you're self-employed, available for self-employed, it's available for like people that work in different industries. Like if they're like my friend's a break dancer. So that money is available for break dancers, for people in the entertainment industry, for people that are like waiters and waitresses. Like there's a lot of money out there. So don't think you don't apply. Keep poking and prodding and trying to find something that's going to work for you. And you have this downtime. Use this downtime to figure ways out. Study. Right now, it is very easy for us to freak out. I'll be honest with you. It's very easy to freak out. But this is not the time to freak out with all this free time on our hands. Use that free time to study and to check to see what programs are available for us, to learn our market, to figure out what's a good deal, to run numbers on rental properties, to say, okay, I'm going to get ready to jump in and do something. Think about maybe what businesses or what jobs are going to be available after this. We all, stop staying home. There might be something out there for you to jump in and do to help rebound the market, because the economy is going to need a lot of people to get back out and working to get everything done, because a lot of people have been sitting around and there's a lot of stuff that hasn't been done yet. Even though construction is a field that needs to get done, because there's people just so much jobs that are not finished. And a lot of people that are allowed to work aren't wanting to go to work because they don't want to get exposed and get sick. So be focused and be ready, because there's going to be a lot of opportunities for those that are ready. Okay? You're going to be so mad if you're not ready. So be ready. So we got Calland says, how did you get 23 apartments by 23? How can I get there? Okay. I'm going to do really fast. At 14, I wanted to buy real estate. From 14 to 19, I studied real estate. I learned about credit. I learned about tax returns. I learned about running numbers on rental properties. I learned about loans. I learned all those aspects financially and the real estate side of what makes it function. And at 19, I bought my first duplex. Buy multi-units for your first deal. Buy multi-units for your first deal. Buy multi-units for your first deal. 2 to 4 units. It is the easiest deal you will do, your first deal. I know it feels hard, but your first deal is the easiest. So if you screw up and buy a condo, your second deal is going to be really fucking hard. All right? I'm emphasizing this because people aren't listening and they're setting themselves up for failure. Okay? It is extremely hard. 99.9% of the time, you can never cash flow a condo. You can never cash flow a townhouse. And it's extremely hard to cash flow a home. It doesn't get easier till you start getting a duplex, triplex, or quadplex. You can buy it as a first-time home buyer program. Now, I bought my first place. I bought it, lived in one unit, fixed it up, rented it out the one unit I lived in, and then went and bought another one. Did it again. Then I bought another duplex, another triplex. I just kept buying until I got to 23 units by the time I was 23. After you do your first few deals, the ball keeps rolling. The deals get easier and easier and easier. So study what I'm putting online. There's lots of videos on YouTube. Watch them. If you're only spending 10 minutes, because I see how long people are watching these videos, 10 minutes out of the hour, do you really want it? Be real. Like, I get it. You do it the third time, you understand it, or you can act upon it. You make an action in your life, because it doesn't matter what I tell you. If you do all these videos, hours of videos online, they're all free. I don't charge you guys. Study them. I promise you. You keep watching these videos, you're gonna change your life. You're gonna make moves and moves and moves, and you're gonna grow. It is not an overnight thing, but the wealth you're gonna build is also not gonna be overnight. It's gonna last forever. You do it the right way. You do it the way I'm teaching you guys, and it will last forever. Again, the deals I bought when I was 19, 20. Some of these properties I still own, and they're like printing me money. I bought one property that was only getting rent at the cheapest unit, was only getting like $400 of rent. Now we get like $950 a month rent. My net income to my pocket from that one property is $5,000 a month. I get $5,000 a month from that one property, and I'm chilling. Then I got a whole bunch of other ones bringing me money too. So you can have the same thing, but you must be able to put in the work. And for you to pull the trigger, you must be confident. And for you to be confident, you have to watch them multiple times. I'm going to stop. But if you're only spending 10 minutes to watch the video and you're spending 2 fucking hours watching TikTok, then you're going to get what you want. You're going to get exactly where you're this channel on TikTok, then you're not going to get any results. So stay focused, guys. What is your advice to someone that is in high school that wants to get into real estate? 1, study your market. 2, get credit. 3, get a job. And then 4, get a mentor. Now, it depends on how fast you want to do things. You want it to be fast? You want to grow quick? Go work for free for someone for a year, and you'll learn a lot. If you want to get very good, work 2 years. And by the time you're done, you're going to have a wealth of knowledge from that. Let's see if...
Hello.
Hey, what's your question? You're live with us.
Sir, without investment, how should we can be jobs without investment?
All right. That didn't work. All right. So let's go with... How do you feel about buy, rehab, rent, refinance? So I think that's a good idea. And that's definitely a good idea because I do that many times and I've been doing it for the past 15 years. The point is, for you to be able to do that accurately and successfully, you need to know your market because you make your money in the buy. So for you to buy, rehab, rent, and refinance, you need to buy the property at the right price. So there's enough room for you to rehab, increase the rent, and then refinance. If you buy something that's too expensive, you won't be able to do that. So for you to do the BRRRR method, that's called the BRRRR method, you'll need to buy a property almost at 50% of the value. So if the market's 300, you'd have to buy a place that's beat up at 150, put in, let's just say 70,000, and now it's at 210, and then you can BRRRR method it. Then you can refinance after you rented it and pull your equity out and now do it again. It's It's a great idea, but you have to know your market. Ardiana from Argentina, what's up? Bahara, what's up? How are you, brother? From India. What's up, buddy? Shoe Repairman says, you're the man. Thanks. Thanks, buddy. Good morning, sir. I'm from India. Awesome. A lot of people from India here. Haratan, thank you. You're welcome. All right, let's see. Let's get some questions. Hey, Pascal, thanks for the knowledge. Do you think this year is a good time to buy a property? Yes, I think it's a good time to buy, but you must be buying a good value, right? If you're getting a deal, yes, it's good. But if you're paying market price, no, it is not good. So if you're buying a quadplex and they go for like $450, then it's not going to be a good deal. If you're going to get it at like 400, $375, then it would be a good deal. As a multi-unit syndicator, how should I approach market right now? I would be very cautious about buying a deal. Now, it depends what size, because condos and townhouses are going to get destroyed. Prices are going to fall dramatically. Homes next. After that, you're going to have the smaller units be affected somewhat, and then triplexes and quadplexes affected less. And then once you start going up to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 units, they're going to be affected less and less. All right, let's see if this live thing's going to work. All right, it says, have you thought about putting a blog together and giving people info about credit scores and how to improve? I have thought about it, but I haven't actually done it. As you can tell, I haven't done it. But I am thinking about creating a course regarding the foundations of finance. And it talks about credit, savings, tax returns, all those concepts that I think is like basic knowledge, but most people are just like, don't even know it. Like one simple thing. Your savings account shouldn't be at the same bank that you have access to where your checking account is. Why? Because the second your checking account's low, you're going to take the money out of your savings and spend it. So you're not actually saving. It should be at another account and make it very difficult for you to get. So you don't spend the money in your savings. So you actually save it. By making it more difficult for you to get, by keeping the candy bar and the ice cream outside of your house so you don't binge eat late at night when you feel like eating it, that is the point. So you can keep it far away. Plus, the interest you're going to get on those online banks that are usually higher than your local bank, local branch. All right. Anage says, hey, Pascal, hope you're well. Do you trade? Hey, what's up, buddy?
How's it
Going
going?
good. How are you doing?
Pretty good yourself?
Good, thank you. So what questions do you have for us today?
How is it that you study your market? Like, how would you suggest to study that? Like, I have no knowledge of that, and I would like to get into it.
Very good question. So how do you study your market? How I would do it is I would go online and I would look at a property that I thought was awesome. Okay. Find stuff that you think is great, things that you're like, maybe I want to buy this. Then you're going to go look up that same property type and see what is it renting for. So then you can see what you cost to buy it. You can figure out what your loan payment is, what the taxes are, what the insurance is, what the utilities are. If you don't know, call them and say, hey, I'm interested in buying this. Tell me give me the information. Then you can figure out what the rent is. And then you can see, wow, am I even going to make money on this deal? Most people want to do condos at first because they think they're easy. When they run the numbers, they find out, wow, I'm not even going to make any money on this condo. 99.9%, almost no condo will be profitable. Now, from there, after you've done that a few times, when a condo does come up and you see, wow, this is a good deal, you'll know because you looked at 100. And I literally tell everybody, you want to look at 100 properties before you buy one. What most people do is they look at one or two and they're like, oh my God, I love this place, I want it. They don't understand that the value of it. They don't even know if anything's better out there, you know? So after you look at 100 online and you literally pencil out all these deals, put it on Excel, and you're going to get a pattern. And then you're going to be able to determine that pattern. And then what you're going to find out is condos are not very profitable. Townhouses are not very profitable. Houses are not very profitable. You end up going into multi-units. Most people think multi-units are too expensive to afford. If you do your good job and you study your market, when a multi-unit comes up for sale, you'll be able to find one and buy it immediately, because good deals will be gone within a day, 2, 3, they're gone. And if you don't come confidently, they're not going to take your offer. They're going to come with someone else's offer. So you want to be prepared and knowledgeable and be able to state, hey, this is, I'll give you what you're asking for if you think it's a good deal. You run those numbers as well. And when you're running those numbers, you're going to find out, okay, is this a good deal or not? Now, the biggest things with multi-units is that the expenses associated to it are spread over 2 units, 3 units, or 4 units. You're not replacing one roof, you're replacing one roof for 4 units. So now it's at a fourth of the cost. Same thing with lawn maintenance, utilities, and everything else.
All right, and I also had another question. What books do you suggest on reading on for like real estate?
So I don't want people to focus on just real estate. They need to focus on finance. Now, even though I was very big in the stock market and I did very well in the stock market, the reason I don't pursue it is because real estate's better. You can make more money in the real estate game. It has a lot more opportunity and it's safer. So, but that's why I would say read the book Intelligent Investor. It's by Benjamin Graham, which was Warren Buffett's mentor. He's going to explain the concept of investing, the different concepts surrounding it, about stocks and bonds. Benjamin, both. You're actually getting a loan and you're getting dividend income and you also have appreciation of the asset. So you're actually, by doing it properly, you're going to be able to tackle 3 parts in one. But by understanding it and be like, I see the similarities, you're going to be able to piece it together. The next thing with real estate and in sales in general, or being just a normal human being, is that most people don't know how to talk to people. So that's why I would suggest reading the book, Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. All of these books should be read 3 times. Now, not 3 times in a row, but like read each of these books and then come back to the next one, read it again. And it doesn't have to be, you normally, like I read them like 3 times over like 3 or 5 years. And by the time your 3rd time, you're going to really get it. The next book is Think and Grow Rich.
Oh yeah, I actually have that book. I haven't read it yet. Right here.
Awesome. It's true.
I will get on it for sure.
Most of the books I'm suggesting to you for you to read are like 100 years old. It hasn't changed. What the concept of being successful doesn't change. Most of the people that I know that are worth hundreds of millions of dollars haven't passed 4th grade. So don't overthink it. Like the game to be successful and to win is not as hard as we make it out to be. But if you don't know how to talk to people, you don't know how to treat people, you don't have belief, you don't have faith, you can't envision yourself being successful, then you're never going to try. The last book I would suggest that's really important is the one everybody says to read, which is Rich Dad, Poor Dad. After you've read those books and you've gotten a lot of that under your belt, the next book you should read, the 5th one, which I'm reading right now, and it's awesome. It's called The E Myth.
The E Myth?
The E, the letter E, myth.
Okay.
Because, and that's normally what you want to read after you're already an entrepreneur, to get you out of being a solopreneur into owning a business and managing a system. So that's kind of be like later down the line.
Okay.
So
that's
go ahead.
about all the questions I got right now. Thank you though.
You're welcome. 100 deals before you buy one. All right. You had good questions. Let's see if this works again. And thanks for all the love, guys, for all the thumbs up, for all the hearts. I appreciate it. All right, let's see if this one works. Hey, buddy, how you doing?
What's going on, Pascal? You still squatting 500?
Working on it.
Hey, so I have some questions for you, man. See if you can give me some perspective or some feedback on your with your knowledge and skill. I'm at a 620 credit score. I just came with about 20 grand in my pocket, and I'm looking to get started. I kind of just been reading and studying kind of how you've been advising and whatnot, and I just learned that I can actually get a comparative market analysis from a realtor. So I was kind of seeing how I can actually go ahead and start embedding that into my strategy after I look at a property. I know that you're suggesting studying 100 homes and whatnot from what I just heard. What do you think about just going with a comparative market analysis, seeing if it fits your house you're interested in and attacking it that way?
You can do that. Now, this is not to knock any realtor, but 99.9% of them are not that good. Let me just say that, okay? Because, and if you, most of them don't even invest in real estate. I think there's something wrong here. How can you be in the game and not be investing in real estate? So you have to be having a different set of eyes than they do. You have to look at deals differently than they do. You have to see the value in the creation that they don't see. So you can get that, but by the time they're probably going to run it, that deal's probably already going to be gone. Anything that's really good is going to be gone by the time they're done doing that. So you need to be good at this because you need to be the expert.
Okay, got it. And then another question. Say I go see a deal. See, I'm looking at a property already. And what do you suggest for contractors to get an after repair value? How can I go about doing that? So me, I'm not experienced with construction. How do I know they're not pulling my leg?
Okay, so one, you said after repair value. A contractor is not going to give you an after repair value. Who would probably give that is the realtor. And the best person to give an after repair value is yourself, because you've done enough analysis to see what a property looks like finished, and you know what it's worth finished. Now, a realtor is going to give you an idea. What you want to do is make sure that your idea and their idea are very close. Otherwise, it should be a red flag.
Okay.
So you're going to buy, what you're trying to say is, I'm going to buy property discounted because it needs work. Then you're going to go to different contractors to get them to bid your deal, to figure out how much it's going to cost to fix it. Now, you're going to get multiple bids, just like it's, because let me tell you this, the cheapest guy is not the best guy. Usually is not.
Right.
So sometimes it is, but it's usually not. So you want to know why. Ask him, why is it this much? What's the differences? What are you giving me? And so on.
Okay.
So at that point, you can figure out what the repair cost is, and then you should be able to know what the value of the project is finished. That's why I say study your market.
Okay. All right.
And then right now, I would not rush into any deals because you got time, brother. You got time. Don't take your time and make sure you get a sweet ass deal, because right now things are going to get rocky and things are going to go down. So remember, this is the other big point I want to let you know is this is really important, guys, is that if you buy anything, so be prepared that if you're getting a 30% discount and you're hoping to, make 10% when you sell the property, it's probably going to be worth 10, 15% less. So make sure you're buying something that if it needs a lot of work, you're getting 30, 40, 50% discount to be prepared for it. And then lastly is, do you own your own home?
I do not. I'm actually, I haven't bought a first home, so I would qualify for the FHA, and I could even also qualify for down payment assistance too.
Awesome.
Another one. I'm in the San Antonio, Texas area, and so you know that the market's going to boom here pretty much, especially with what you're saying, the recession that's going and whatnot. So I want to be prepared for that.
And be prepared for this, is that Texas suffers bad with low oil prices. Texas suffers very bad. So your net 1 year, 2 year, your pricing and is likely, and I'm not a fortune teller, but I'm gonna say it's very likely that your market's gonna go down more than another market. So be prepared that, hey, it's gonna drop a good amount. Don't be scared. Don't think something's weird. Just make sure that you're prepared to buy a deal. Try to get a 4-unit, save up your down payment so you can get the biggest property you can, live in one side, rent out the others. And you're going to be able to ride that wave up and be able to probably double your money. 1031 exchange. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But like, that's one of the things I'm talking about. What I'm saying is you're going to be able to ride the wave up, meaning you're going to buy something right now that's worth, 300 and it's beat up probably for like 180, right? Yeah. And because the market's suppressed, it's probably going to be it was originally say 400, and then you're going to buy it, fix it up. Market's going to get better. Oil prices are going to go back to normal. And then you're going to ride that wave from 180 to 400. And you didn't buy any additional properties. That one property doubled in value. So what did you put down? Your $3,200 in profit. And again, you can, that one, you don't have to worry about 1031 exchange because you live in it. So if you sell it, if you lived in it for 2 years of the last 5 years, when you sell it, there's no tax, up to $500,000 profit for a married couple.
I'll be single at this point.
So $250 for a single person. So either way, most people are going to be good. They don't have to worry about, so you won't have to pay tax anyway. And again, at that time, you can use some of the equity that you built on this property, pull some cash out, buy another deal. You make your money in the buy. By buying good deals is where you make your money. So stay focused on that.
Okay. And then this is my last question. I don't want to hog all your time. So what did you do?
Taxes, all the real estate fees and everything, there's very little profit in flipping. 2, if you buy something, the market's going to be down for a little bit before it comes back up. So my goal was making money in rent along the way and eventually doing a cash out refi to get my cash back, because I'm not retiring till I'm very old. So I would just want my money back so I could do another deal and then expand my portfolio. Because my big bet is this. My bet is that they're going to keep printing more money and that assets values are going to go up. So where am I going to make my money? Inflation, appreciation of the asset. So if I buy enough real estate, if I have $1 billion worth of real estate and basically it goes up 3% a year, I'm going to have a 30% increase in value in 10 years. So if I buy and just at least break even, I'm going to make, 300 million on that $1 billion worth of assets. So that's why I'm like, all right, let me keep on growing. I don't worry about debt as long as the income that's covering the debt is more than enough.
Okay.
So it is a lot of work, basically, kind of thing. It's a lot of work kind of for free because you're not really making a lot of money for the time you're spending, but eventually you're going to make it through the appreciation. You're going to get paid back later, and you have to be patient with it. And if you stick to it, you're going to make it.
Right. And you're thinking about sitting 5 to 7 years.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I hold at least 5 years, and normally 5 years is the period of time that it takes for the value to appreciate enough for you to get a return for it.
Okay.
Now, again, if you're in a very, very appreciating market, you can hold it 10 years or 15 years. Like one of my properties, I've owned it for over 10 years, but the values keep climbing. They keep climbing, and I know it's going to keep climbing, so I don't sell. There's no point.
Okay. All right. Blessings, brother. Stay safe, man. I appreciate your time.
You too. Good hearing from you.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's see if this works. Hey, what's up, guys? What's up, Hesh? Agent.
Hey, Bill, how are you?
Hey, how are you doing?
Awesome. First of all, I've been following you from the first time. So, like, from the 10,000 to the 100,000, I'm here.
Cheers. Thank you.
I'm right now working on social media for a construction company, and I'm, like, trying to figure out how to work on it in the right way, because I'm, like, bumping in the point where I'm, like, uploading content and nothing goes on. Followers are keeping in the same position, and I'm just trying to figure things out. Paid traffic, not paid traffic. What is the right way to advertise in the construction company?
So on what platform are you on? Instagram?
LinkedIn, Twitter.
Okay.
All of it. All
So
of it.
in Instagram, you're going to have to be educational. So what you're going to want to do is teach your industry how you do what you do. You're going to want to you have to show them something. You have to provide value. Because if you're not providing value, why do they want to look at you? You know, they already do construction all day. So they're tired of construction unless you can show them something cool, show them something interesting, or show them how to do something different.
But how do I make people get into my IG, you know? Because I can post for a year, 3 years, 100 posts, 300 posts, and no one see them. It's like, how do I get this traffic to my site, you know?
If you're not providing value, it doesn't matter how much money you spend, they're not going to come. So you must be able to provide value and say what you're going to do for them. So then after a while, IG will push your stuff out because enough people are responding to what you're putting out there. So if they're not commenting, they're not liking, IG will not show it. If they're not sharing it to other people, IG won't push it out because it's going to say it's not valuable. It wants to push out what people, because this is the point of IG, is to have people, this is the point of all social. If you don't get people to interact, they will not show you. If you get people to interact, they will show you because they want people to stay on their platform as long as possible. So if you're not drawing them in to focus and be excited, and they're not looking at your stuff, they're not going to push it out. They're going to push out whatever excites them, whatever keeps their attention. So you have to give them something for them want to look at it. And then it's slowly going to grow more and more and more. So good content, consistently posted.
Awesome.
And then from there, once you know it's good, then you could start doing paid. Because if it's not good and you do paid, it won't matter because they're not going to look at it, you know? It won't, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to show people stuff that they don't want to look at. You know, you're just paying money and they're not even going to like, comment, subscribe, you know? Which reminds me, guys, like, comment, subscribe. Say it again?
Yeah, totally. I said getting the right content and then paid for paid traffic.
Yes. So you have to show it to your followers. Do your followers interact well to what you just did? And if they, the big point is, are those followers the type of people you want to follow you? Because if you're putting out content and you're getting people to follow you, but those people are not the people you want following you, then all you're doing is attracting the wrong people. So think, am I attracting the people I want? Yes. Do the people I want now follow me? Are they liking, commenting? Are they interacting with my post? Yes. Okay, then I'm going to pay to boost it. But if the answer is I'm not getting the people I want and they're not interacting with it, or I'm not drawing them to interact, I'm not asking something, you know, maybe a question should be is, how do you do this?
I understand.
And then have them say something. So,
Awesome.
so it's
Thank you, Bill.
Yeah. So I think you get it. Yeah.
Awesome. I get it. So I'm going to be commenting and posting and liking your Instagram, and we'll be in touch, dude. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you. And share.
For sure.
Awesome, guys. So what are questions we got out here? I say, besides MLS, where do you recommend we look for properties? You can find properties on Facebook. You can find properties on Craigslist. You can drive around looking for rent signs and then call the people to see if they're interested in selling. That's basically how I did it. I found a couple of them that way. I mail letters. So I basically go every way. I don't just go over the wall. I'll go under, I'll go left, I'll go right. I'll go every which way possible and look everywhere for it because a good deal is very hard to find. I got a question that says, do I think the housing market will crash? Yes, I do. Said how we should make money without investment in one line of business. You have to get a job, or you have to open a business and provide something, right? A really good way to make money that doesn't cost much is having a lawn service, a tree service, a pressure washing service. They make pretty good money. And, you know, a good way to do it is go work for somebody and then spend a year, learn how to do things. And then eventually you can go and try to open up your own business. Pretty profitable, but you got to work hard. Just make sure that once you're making all that money, whoops, IG's done. So guys, I guess that was an hour. It's really great to see everybody again. Be blessed and get prepared. A lot of good things are coming. I go live every Wednesday and every Sunday at 9 p.m. Make sure to like, comment, share, and be blessed.